Hey, what's up everybody? This is Reggie Kimble, aka Stickman #1. I'm coming to you from historic Stone Mountain Village at the Stone Mountain Public House. And you are at the Puff Sip Chat. Come on in with me. Jeff, Roy, what's up, fellas?
Welcome, friend.
Hey, Reggie. Yeah, come on in.
Check this out.
After you.
Hey, welcome to the Puff Sip Chat. If you love good cigar, good glass of whiskey, you know what time it is. It's about the chat, right? I'm here with two of my favorite people. But I'm gonna get to y'all in just a second. Y'all hold on just a second. Let me take care, I'm gonna pay some bills real quick. So, hey, if you like some good conversation, you came to the right place, the Puff Sip Chat. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let us know what you think. Comment, as always, we appreciate your support. Check out our cool swag at puffsipchat.com. Get it while you can, because we're gonna be changing it up here real soon. And please hit the link to our cigar subscription service, Loyal to Ash. Become a smoke dog. You get 5 premium sticks for only $39.99 a month. How many nines did I say? I said 3 nines, I think, guys. $39.99 a month. You get 5 premium sticks. Use code PuffSipChat for 10% off the first 3 months. Woo! Last one. I got one more to go. Because guess what? We got a real special guest. These guys are okay, but this is truly the star of the show. We got some Fiddler, Georgia Heartwood, courtesy of our sponsor, American Spirit Works, otherwise known as ASW. Mm-hmm. What's up, fellas? Thank you for the bottle. We have already poured, and we are already sipping, and
already excited. So, hey, let me introduce you guys properly. So I'm here with Jeff Carey and Rory Webb, the proprietors, co-owners of the Stone Mountain Public House. Welcome to the Puff Sip Chat, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
So my apologies again, because it's taken me way too long to get back out here. But you know I live on the other side of the universe. But I finally made it back.
I'll try and not guilt you too much.
Okay, please. You already got me already on that. I had to go all the way to my hometown of Tampa, Florida to catch up with this guy.
Yes, my hometown too.
That's
St.
right.
Petersburg.
That's right, St. Petersburg. So we are homeboys.
Yes,
we're homies from way back in the day, although we just met a year ago. But anyway, we're homies. And are you a Buccaneer fan? Did I ever ask you that?
Absolutely. I went to their first game ever.
I didn't
How old I am.
I didn't go to the first game, but I went that first season in '76. My dad took me to some games. It was awesome. I was a little short.
Well, in '76, it was not awesome.
No, but it was awesome. It was awesome to see football.
It was awesome to be in an NFL stadium watching an NFL game, but
we were in the creamsicle uniforms and the teams sucked. No doubt about it. But it was fun. As a little kid, I enjoyed it.
We'd celebrate just getting a first down. It was like we won the Super Bowl. We got a first down. Oh my gosh.
Were you there when we won the first game?
Yeah, well, that was an away game.
That was an away game?
In New Orleans, I believe.
Oh, it was.
But I remember that people were honking their horns. Yeah. Pizza places gave away free pizza, and all we did was win 1 game in 2 years. But it was great. It was wonderful. We love the Bucks.
Oh, yeah. So we can go on. And we got to talk about the Hurricanes, too, for it.
It's all about the U, baby.
All about the U.
They see, and just in case.
Yeah, got the U ashtray right here. So, yeah, man. For those who don't know, this is a great, I guess, really a cigar and piano bistro, right? That's what you bill it as. And we are down here in historic village, historic Stone Mountain Village, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Historic Stone Mountain Village. And you guys have been in business, a couple of years now, right?
Well, we started originally in 2014, but as a coffee house in a different location. And we moved here in 2016.
Oh, okay.
We bought the building here on Main Street in 2016.
Okay, so it was a couple of years ago when I discovered it, right?
Right, yeah. Yes.
All right, so hey.
We had to get it perfect before we let you
Well, you know what? I'm glad y'all did that. Because I would have had a major problem. We'd have had a major problem. Because I like to be in a comfortable place when I puff my cigars. And you guys did a great job of making it comfortable, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell our viewers all about the Stone Mountain Public House in your own words. If you just kind of describe what kind of lounge you're coming to. When you come to this lounge, what can they expect?
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So, love cigars, love going out to lounges, and we are so blessed in Atlanta to have so many amazing cigar lounges. But a lot of them, play the very loud music. Mm-hmm. They're packed elbow to elbow. And, that nightlife, I'm 62. That nightlife, that ship sailed many years ago.
Okay.
I like to sit down and enjoy my cigar in conversation where I'm not yelling at the person next to me.
You can actually hear the person sitting next to you.
Have a conversation, some nice, relaxing music playing in the background. So we created this, and it was kind of a multifold because we were in Chicago quite a while back and went to the Red-Headed Piano Bar, and they didn't allow smoking inside, but they had smoking on the patio out back. So when we opened up over here, we decided that we would be a bistro inside, piano bistro inside, and have a cigar patio.
Okay.
One thing led to another.
So you're already smoking out here in the patio. A cool little patio, by the way, everybody. It's awesome.
Yeah, when we first moved to Main Street, it was just the cigar patio. This was a dirt lot, and we built this all out to create this kind of home. You're going to feel like you've come home when you come in here.
Yeah.
And so when we shut down for 2020, and we didn't reopen until March of 2021, I'm the numbers guy.
Somebody, okay.
He gets excited over a pivot table.
I do.
If you can even imagine.
No,
I still don't even know what a pivot table is.
Okay, so during 2020, my big discovery, I graduated from pivot tables onto power pivot tables. I reach out. It's an amazing tool.
Do you use Power BI?
No, what is that?
Okay, we can talk about that.
Okay.
I'm a little bit of a nerd too on that stuff too, so we're good.
Okay. So anyway, I didn't need power pivot tables for what I was doing, but I was looking at the numbers and seeing how we flowed, and what I had noticed, just food and liquor, not cigars, just food and liquor, the smokers on the patio were spending 3 times what the bistro karaoke people were spending. And I'm like, we could chill the vibe with about 1/3 of the business and still be...
The spidey senses started going off a little bit. They're a little tingling there.
Now, one of my favorite things, the last 4, not this past weekend because it's been a weird week with Mother's Day and everything and all that, but prior to that, the last 4 Fridays, we've actually put the rope across and said, sorry, because we want to keep that vibe. I don't want standing room only anymore. And it's just been a wonderful journey.
Oh, wow.
I joke and say cigars saved my life. Whenever somebody says, oh, I don't smoke, I'm trying to have a healthier life, I said, cigars saved my life.
I was about to say, and cigars saved my life because I'd be a friggin' nutcase if I didn't have this to chill at the end of the day.
Uptight,
And this is just great relaxing time, you know?
You can't rush a stick.
No. I tell people all the time, and I know I piss some of the people in my inner circle off sometimes, because sometimes it's about the camaraderie of us getting together. But my favorite times, I'll be honest, is when I'm by myself, just smoking a stick and thinking, just vegging out a little bit. It's just a beautiful moment. But this is awesome too.
Well, you know, and it creates other things too. One of our VIP members back here is a die-hard FSU fan. And
Free Shoes University?
Yes, Free Shoes University.
Okay.
So he sits back here, and usually sits Reggie where you're sitting right now.
Sorry,
and
Stuart.
He'll be back here, yes. We love you, Stuart.
Sorry, but not sorry.
But he'll sit back here with his Florida State hat on. I'll be back here with my Miami hat on. And I had somebody say to me, how can you two sit there and even talk to each other as much as your two schools hate each other? And I said, this right here. This brings a commonality to us that surpasses any kind of, dislike or prejudice or, misbelief or anything. This just pulls it all together. This is our commonality. And with this, we can talk about football and about our two teams and do it civilly and respectfully, and it happens around this stick. I don't know if we were smoking these sticks, if we were just out here drinking, that the two of us would even be sitting this close together.
No.
So we've bonded, but we bonded because of the stick.
Yeah.
And so
you still giving shit about FSU.
Oh, all the time. And they just beat us in baseball twice, and I'm still not hearing the end of that. I'm surprised he hasn't texted me yet. But no, I mean, it's great. So what he was saying, though, was when we reopened, we put in, we have a total of 8 air purifiers inside, 6 very large ones. And, we decided to make the whole place
a lounge.
And you can smoke in there. We increased our humidor quite a bit. And so, we just decided, let's just make this whole thing smoking. And it has been, even though regulars who came here all the time, who don't like cigar smoke, some of them come in and they say doesn't bother them. It's not, we have great air purification, but others who still won't come in because of the cigars told us, we absolutely understand what you did and why you did it. And so we've not had anybody, I think we had one person give backlash to us, but that was it. One person. And, you know, everyone else has been very understanding and supportive of us. And so we really love that. And we brought in a whole new world of friends that we didn't even know existed, because you know, the Leaf community is very tight. I mean, we have met a whole new world of people. I mean, the Leaf family is amazing, and so many people have come in, and we've just become family with them, and it's so much fun. Even, you know, walking around anywhere in the Atlanta area, if I go into any lounge, I know 4 or 5 or more people. Right when I walk in the door, it's like, Jeff, Rory, you know, and
that is a good feeling.
It's so nice to walk into a place you've never been to before. I'm going to go support them, and that's another thing too. That's amazing, is the cigar lounge owners and employees support each other.
I've said that before on this show. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Awesome.
They come in and they support us. They tell people at their bar, sitting at their lounge, oh, you need to go try them out. And you know, we have almost all their business cards in our thing. And people say, oh, I live in Lithonia. I'm like, well, have you been to, you know, Life and Times? And you need to go there and see MJ and Castle. And you know, it's just really amazing, the support that all of these lounges have for each other, and hold each other up and don't consider each other competition. And if somebody comes in here in a particular stick that they desperately are looking for and I don't have it, I can pick the phone up and call some of the other lounges saying, do you carry this? And, you know, of course, we'll try to get it in if they're a regular, but, you know, I can tell them, well, you can get this stick over at this place. So it's really amazing, and it's the camaraderie that there is. But the whole Leaf family is brothers and sisters of the Leaf. It's just absolutely amazing how you meet them, and within minutes, it's like you've known them for forever. And so,
come in as, well, they say come in as strangers, leave as friends
or family.
Or family, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's another thing we tried to create here. If you come in and you're sitting at the bar at a table or a chair, and you obviously are engrossed in doing paperwork or texting or something, we leave you alone. But if you come in and sit down at the bar, you're not going to sit there the whole night and just, you know, smoke your cigar, drink your drink. You're going to end up knowing everybody, getting involved in conversation. So, you know, you'll leave knowing 5 or 6 new people. And you know, that is kind of like our mission. And when somebody walks to the door, even if it's their first time, Jeff always greets them with welcome home. You know, so it's
you didn't
great.
say that to me. You almost shut the door in my face. I don't know what's up
we
with
knew
that.
we saw you coming.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
We knew you.
I didn't get that treatment.
So
You know what I love, and this has become more and more common, in that we'll have people, they'll hike the mountain, and then they'll come down here and they want to find, and then we have pretty good Yelp reviews and stuff, and they'll come in not even realizing the cigars.
They're coming for the food, which I hadn't even gotten to yet. I wanted to talk about that, yeah.
And they see pictures of the inside, and they're like, oh, that'd be a nice place to have a beer after the whatever. But we've had many times have people come in after a hike on the mountain, sit down for a drink, and end up staying until closing.
So,
and I love that.
Are some of these people cigar smokers or not?
Some are.
So if they're not, are they turned off by the cigar?
And actually, some of them become cigar smokers.
You create new smokers.
Absolutely.
Right?
So I would say
I'm
that
a new smoker. I just started in 2020 when I saw how profitable they were.
Yep. He would always, you know, he'd always let me go have my cigar and leave me alone with it. But then when he smoked his first cigar, he's like, he was hooked.
This is the money man over here. This is how you hear it talk about. So I want to back us up for a second. So we are sipping on Fiddler, Georgia Heartwood, which is an incredible pour.
Oh my God,
what are we smoking
amazing.
on today? We're smoking on the house stick. Tell us about your house stick.
This is our house stick. So when we decided we needed to have a house stick, and you know, I've gone in lounges before, and their house stick is like, you know, $4, $5, and it was. I don't think I've really ever smoked a really bad cigar, but it was certainly not to my palate, and I didn't enjoy it. And we decided that if we're going to have a house stick, if this is going to be our house stick, it's got to be amazing. So Robert with R&R Cigars out of Miami.
I know Robert,
yeah. He comes in here quite often. When he's in town, he comes in here. We carry his line. Very popular. And we asked him, would you be willing to roll us a house stick? And, you know, I was really surprised when he said yes, because they have to stop. They're not a very big company, and so they have to stop production on everything else
to produce
our cigar. And so he gladly said yes. Matter of fact, he was like honored that we asked him. So I said, send me some samples because I want something that's absolutely amazing. And I don't want a cheap cigar. It doesn't have to be cheap. I want something that people will pay what they need to pay for it. He sent me a couple of samples, and he sent several of them. So we had some of our members try them. Every one of them chose this one as the one. So this is the house stick we have now. It's
such an easy draw.
It is amazing, nice full medium. But it's it's the only place in the world you can get it is here. He does them exclusively for us. So we'll have people at the campground or one of the hotels in the area that are from out of state. They'll come in here and we'll tell them that, so they try one. And they're like, can you ship these to me? Well, Georgia doesn't allow retailers to ship out of state.
Right.
Yeah. So I tell them no. So if you want to get them, you got to get them here. And people will buy bundles of them when they leave because they're that good. And so
I'm telling you, I'm loving this. I might have to go. I might have to be one of those people that call you and say,
I'll tell you.
Sneak you one.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't tell Rory.
I've actually even introduced people to cigars, and this was the first cigar they smoked, and they loved it so much, they bought one of our humidors, 25 stick humidors from us, and loaded it up with these, and we put a Boveda in there and sent them on their way.
Wow.
So, another thing too, Jeff was mentioning this. We have a lot of people that come in here who are, coming in with either other people or they just saw our reviews and they're coming in here for dinner and not for the cigars. And we introduce a lot of people to their first cigar. And I love doing that. And I love being patient with them, taking my time with them. Talking to them ahead of time, make sure they're getting the right profile. Most first-time cigar smokers are going to go for a sweet. I try to steer them away from flavor. But,
I do the same
nice,
thing.
natural sweet, and like a tobacco, or even if they don't want to go quite that sweet, maybe a hypnotic.
That's one of my go-tos. They introduce a new smoker too.
And or if they really want to have fun, a Fat Bottom Betty or a Deadwood Leather Rose.
Just the names alone. Right?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. and the label, the label with that crazy woman on them.
Yeah.
So but it's so much fun. I mean, bringing it to the table, lighting it, toasting the foot. I tell them I'm not actually lighting it. I'm just preparing the cigar to be lit. You're going to light it, and how you roll the ash off. You don't do that, and you don't ever stub one out.
We are
you
not
set it in the ashtray.
people.
It's going to go out. So obviously, don't inhale. I tell them you'll do that one time in your life, and you'll never do that again.
Thankfully, I never have.
Yeah, you had a good teacher, probably.
Yeah, I did.
So we introduce a lot of people to their first cigar, and that's so much fun for me, especially to be able to educate them in a non snooty way, and the first time I was introduced to a fine cigar, I've been smoking since I've been 14, but I smoked Havatampas and White
I was about to
Owls.
say, you're from Tampa, you're the Tampa Bay area, so we're
Tampa, White
surrounded by
Owls.
cigars. So.
But those were all like machine rolled, I think, at the time.
They were.
And they're just, they're
not the same.
No, and many, many years ago, and many, many pounds ago, I was a flight attendant. Okay, in the 80s, and we were in New York, and we got put up in the plaza, and the captain said, "Hey, I'll buy you all a drink down in the Oak Room." He said, "You got to wear your coat." Now, polyester coat, but which we still got stared at, but wear your coat down there. So take the wings off, wear your coat down there. So we went down, and we're sitting in the Oak Room, and if you've not been there, it's beautiful. And people were smoking cigars. Of course, at that time, I called them cigars, But I'm like, oh, man, I can smoke a cigar.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, I'm sophisticated now. So I said, where do I get a cigar? They said, go. The humidor's over there. I didn't even know what a humidor was. So I walked into this beautiful humidor. This little Cuban guy in there said, can I help you? And I said, do you have any White Owls or Havatampas? And he laughed. And I said, no, I'm serious. Then he did not laugh. So I said, I'll tell you
really
what,
telling the truth.
just give me the cheapest good cigar you got. So he walked over and took a cigar off the top shelf. Should have been my first clue. Went back over and I lit this cigar up. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was like... and I've told the story too. I actually remember that moment more than the first time I had sex. It was just that amazing and life changing.
That's saying something.
Yeah, yes, it is. And so, of course, the first time I had sex, I was by myself. But anyway, okay, just go ahead,
Hey,
Miles.
I think 99% of America probably has the same story, so it's all good. It's all
Okay,
good.
that's good, that's
You're not
good.
alone there. You're not alone there. I'm just gonna say that.
I know,
You're
but
not alone.
Rory's that 1% that will say it out loud.
We all been 15, 16-year-old boys at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's be real. Even to today, some of the best sex I ever had was by myself. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? But
moving
anyway,
on.
all right. So that's the wrong channel, right?
No, that's okay.
That's a whole different YouTube.
A whole different YouTube.
We gotta keep drinking this Fiddler. You don't never know what's gonna happen.
So anyway, I fell in love with it. I got back to Orlando. I found a cigar lounge, and I just started picking the guy's brain and learned more about fine cigars and never turned back.
Okay. All right.
But this cigar is amazing.
It's a
but
great
paired with this.
Oh,
This
it's
is a
hitting.
great pairing,
It's
isn't
a
it?
great pairing.
Yeah. So
Ah, man,
You know-
I want to talk more about this beautiful place you have, but
Okay.
before I do, also, now we're talking about the whiskey. We got this contraption sitting here on the table.
Yes.
That's my baby.
That's your baby. Tell us about this now. What do we got going on
Well,
right
it's just a torture chamber for alcohol.
Okay. All right.
No, it's
actually, I call it the enhancer.
it
okay.
is. It's a smoker, and we
here? Every
actually,
good bar must have a smoker,
They
right?
should, or some way to smoke. When we originally decided we wanted to do smoked cocktails, we had this iron skillet thing, and we would buy blocks of bourbon barrel and put the glass over the top and then pour the cocktail in the glass. But we found that worked, but we wanted it to be more of an experience with the spirit. And so, may I have you? Well, you don't have any.
Let me pour a little bit. I'm going to pour a little bit.
It's that good.
So you're going
So
to...
you can't stop sipping.
I'm gonna.
Is this,
now we've
is this
already
enough,
had,
or I need to fill the glass up?
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, all
That should be
right.
good.
Now, and then,
I was hoping you say fill the glass
and
up.
then I
but that's
have.
okay.
I'll do yours after. So and then
Okay.
I have an ice cube, and so now what will happen if you do have a cube in it? The cube actually grabs the smoke and holds it, and then infuses it while it melts.
Wow.
So it's there's two different processes, but it's real easy to do. You put it in this little, and I'll tell you what, when you bring it to the table, get your videos ready because we may not be able to get them both in there. Yeah, I brought the only glasses we have that do not have logos on them.
Really? See, this is how we do it on the Puff Chat. While Stickman X is filming the podcast, I'm going to film my man.
So
Jeff been doing his
So
thing.
in here, I already prepped it. We have some bourbon barrel shavings. Right
Okay.
there.
All right.
And I turn the fan on. Grab my Is it lighting?
Here.
I can't see. Give me that.
There you
Yeah,
go. We got plenty of lighters. We're in the
Yeah.
lounge. We're in the lounge right now.
And I just do that.
Look at this.
Oh, am I going?
Oh, don't burn yourself.
Yeah, you had it pinched.
I've got it pinched over here. Sorry.
Technical difficulties. We're back.
Yeah,
There
we
it
go.
goes.
It's trying to go now.
I had the hose pinched. That's not a
Oh,
good
look at
thing.
that. Okay, he's lighting it up, and we got the smoke coming out of this, and we got Stickman X getting it.
Isn't that wonderful? It's just so I love the look of smoke anyway. So
Ah, look at that. So
Okay, you just
Folks.
got to give it a minute
yeah,
and
you just let it sit in
there.
there for a minute.
we are on the podcast, and we are smoking the ASW Fiddler Georgia Heartwood bourbon.
So then we.
take it out from the front, though. So,
Which side do you want me to take it out
from the
It's
front.
two-sided.
From the other side.
He's filming here too, though.
That's okay. Whatever you want to do, we will
So-
make it work.
Okay. It's wonderful. You unhook the hose and you carry it to the table. It's an amazing presentation. And then you just open it up. Actually, I'll do it on both sides at the same time.
And it's a dramatic change of and we got the U right there. Okay, go back up here.
Boom and boom. Oh, I can't do this one because of the hose. There we go. And now, just take a sip of that and tell me if you tell a difference.
Okay, and I'm gonna stop recording so I can take a sip.
See how the smoke is lingering in it? Yeah, just take a smell first.
Oh yeah.
It really does enhance it. I'll do yours
Smoke
next.
me too.
So yeah, keep smoking. And while you smoke, so you are a fantastic bar. And one thing I gotta say, my first visit here, what I was very impressed by was the culinary options. Does any one of you have like a culinary background? I mean, you got a nice little bistro going on here.
Yeah, I do have. I have 40 years of food and beverage, with the one exception of being a flight attendant. So,
Oh, that's good, y'all.
and so
That's good.
isn't that good? It changes the profile completely. So, well, actually, it doesn't. It actually just enhances it. That's why I call it the enhancer. So, yeah, but when we opened this place, we didn't want to have your traditional menu either. We didn't want to have, the burgers, the wings, So we created a very unique menu. I mean, and we have an awesome Cajun chili. We have chicken and dumplings. First time we served the chicken and dumplings, the person ate the whole thing, asked for one to go for the next day because they'd be craving this the next day.
I absolutely loved the chicken and dumplings. That's what I had, I think, the first time.
Oh, okay.
It was great.
Yeah, and then I went back. I brought them the to-go box. Went back a few minutes later, and the to-go box was empty. And they said I have to order a third one because I couldn't help myself. I ate this too. So I knew we had a winner for the menu. But our menu is in a loose leaf binder because when things stop selling, we take it off the menu.
Okay.
Yeah, when people come back and reorder things and stuff, and we know people love it, then we keep it on the menu.
Okay.
So we've allowed us to be flexible in the menu, and it's not a huge menu, but it
doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be good.
It's interesting, and and everything is also paired to go with cigars. So we make sure that everything we serve is a good meal to have before your cigar.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, man, I'm so impressed. And the one thing that also, we talked about the bar, the cigars, the food, but we also, the one thing that is awesome is your decor is unlike any other cigar lounge. It's like an old school cigar lounge, but not, because it's like you got things that just you never see that often. You have a lot of, I guess, what they would qualify as antiques in here. Is that
give me
a little bit of insight into that.
Yeah, but it's kind of an eclectic look.
Yes, you're all over the place.
But yeah, we're all over the place. People have been coming here since 2016, and they'll say, "Oh, when did you get that?" And I'm like, "It's been here since 2016."
They notice something new every time, right?
There's so much stuff, yeah. And it's that eclectic look. But we geared it primarily to three things: the mountain itself, and we have a mural of the mountain inside. That's a huge wall mural, and we found a picture of the mountain before the carving. And that's what we wanted to put up.
I love that.
So it's the mountain before the carving went up, and it's an old picture, and it looks old when you look at it.
Honestly.
Yeah, me too. I definitely prefer that.
We're all about unity and bringing together, and to me, that was an act of division. So
I concur.
So we do the mountain. That's one aspect. The train, because we're a train town. The train runs right through town,
and the bar.
As a matter of fact, and the bar too, but I'll tell you that in a minute. So we have a thing if you're singing, because you can get up and sing with our piano player.
At least once.
That's
at least once. If you're good, you're welcome to go back up.
That's like a different kind of karaoke you got going on there, right?
Well, our one keyboardist, David, calls it cabaroke.
Cabaroke. It's like kind of cabaret and karaoke. But if you're singing and the train goes by, you get a free drink.
Okay.
So, and then, so it's the train. Our back
so just
bar.
Keep singing until the train goes, right?
Yeah, that's it. The back bar and two booths that we have inside came out of an 1800s private railroad car. Jeff, it was my vision, but Jeff was the.
Everything is math. You can do, if you have math, you can do anything. I built the deck.
He built everything.
Yeah.
He built everything here, and when he was building the bar. And the bar is actually the old countertop from the Tuggle hardware that was here in the 40s, whatever, 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
So he used that countertop to build the bar out. And as he was building it, I said, you know what, we need to put a model train inside the bar.
And you
as
did.
he's
Of course,
building
I was
it,
like
so
halfway done with it.
right. But he made it happen. So we have a glass top on the bar, and there's actually a little N-gauge model train.
And until you pointed it out, I never.
Yeah,
I sat at the bar a few times and never noticed it.
At the bar and they never see it, and then after a few drinks, they're like, "What was that?"
Yeah, something just went.
So those are the three. And the people is the third thing. The people, and we have all three of those here, and it's a nice blend. But that was kind of the concept behind the decor and all. So
well, it's awesome, man. I've seen no lounge like it. So congratulations on that. You guys did an incredible job. Now, partner, you guys are business partners. How does that work, man? Like, I know you're the finance guy. Is it like you're the finance, you're the operations? How does that all? How do you guys divide up responsibilities?
we both
Naturally?
operate, but front of the house, back of the house more.
He's back of the house. So
and
like
humidor.
He takes care of the cigars, the members, and that
The kitchen.
And the kitchen.
Okay.
If I cook, people die. I'm just gonna say that.
So it's your menu.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm in charge of front of the house. So when I make a drink, people get drunk.
You make sure people are happy.
And we have an amazing bartender. Everyone that we've hired to work here, we don't hire for skill.
No.
We hire for personality because skills can be taught, but personality cannot. So we've got a nice. I like the feel of the people and the gathering together. But as far as splitting the responsibilities, we collaborate on any decision that needs to be made. It's always the two of us talking it over, and so
we made bad mistakes.
Oh yeah,
everyone does it.
We
You
made
live and you learn.
We made a choice
to hit it out of the park.
We made a choice one time to only be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we found that was not a wise choice. So because it was January and February are typically slower months for us, we thought, okay, for January, bad mistake because it killed everything. It killed the momentum of the week.
You were trying to go with the lifestyle. I want a lifestyle business. I don't have to be there all the time. And all of a sudden, okay, backfired. Yeah.
But honestly, we both count this as our semi-retirement.
Yep. Well,
many times I joke. I say, this is our semi-retirement. Rory got the retirement. I got hit by the semi.
But yeah, because you know what? Right now, if we weren't here, we'd be sitting in a cigar lounge, sipping some amazing ASW.
Why not have your own
whiskey and smoking a stick? Why not? Yeah, it'd be yours. And we do have people offer us all the time to buy the place, and it's like, you're not buying my backyard.
Hell, you just got it going in the last 10 years, right?
Yet.
You're not
I'm going to say it one more time. Not yet.
Not for sale yet.
So, but
never say never.
That's the secret to a successful business is when you build it to where it's sellable. Anyway, so we've reached that. But I learned something talking about University of Miami, all about the U baby.
That's right.
Thank you for throwing
He
up
works
the U.
that into every part of conversation.
And I'm here for it.
Okay.
I got his back on that.
All right. So I learned first day of business management. I learned something that has been one of the most valuable tools that I've carried through my entire career, and that is the definition of a good manager is to hire somebody they don't have to manage.
That's right. If I have to micromanage you, I've made a bad decision.
Yes,
You're not a good
exactly.
manager. Yep.
Yeah.
And so from the server to the bartender to anyone that works here, the main point is that everyone feel like they're the most important person. Now, do we always do that? There's always mistakes.
There's exceptions, right? Yeah.
But our intention is to surpass your expectations.
Okay.
Yes. And we have another saying here too. We tell our staff this. The customer's not always right, but they need to leave thinking they were. It needs to be about their experience and them having a great time, not being corrected or.
That's right.
You know what?
It's not worth the argument anyway.
No, it's not.
It's not. Because people will remember that debate in a negative way, right?
Yes, of
and
course.
You don't want that to be there.
We had a guy come in one time and asked to hole punch it, and so the bartender was going to hole punch it for him. They took the hole punch out of their hand and did this, and the whole thing shattered.
The bartender did, or the
customer? The customer just slammed it into the bottom of the thing, and they said, "Oh, your humidors are bad because this should never have happened." So we immediately said, "Oh, let us get you another one. We're so sorry," and got another one, and went immediately hole punched it for them gently. And gave it to him and said, "We're so sorry that happened, and blah, blah, blah."
Just let it ride.
Even though instead of saying, "Well, what the heck are you doing?" So, it's...
That's when you needed me or somebody else to sit there like, look, okay, I'm going to leave them alone for a second. Dude, come here, let me tell you. Let me show you the proper way of taking care of your cigar.
Right.
Be it a guillotine, whatever you
again, this person was, off the charts, right, and and it's not always our place to correct people, but to make sure that they have an amazing experience. So he was able to smoke the stick and enjoy it, and
that's actually one of the things I love about this space is the variety of people that come through. I love the story. Everyone has a story. Actually, Rory asked me today. He's like, "What's your favorite book?" Right? Or what book has changed your life lately? I think someone sent him a questionnaire or something. And
somebody,
finally,
we don't know.
And I had to think about it because I love to read. And actually, that's one of the things that we didn't mention. Like all the books that you see, that's an open share library. So people can bring books, take books.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. But it's a kind of a interesting book, and I wasn't sure I'd like it, but it's called There Is No You.
Except for the U in Miami.
It's all about the you, baby.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Lord Jesus,
Thank you for doing that.
I could not resist.
Thank you for doing
I
that.
could not resist.
The premise of the book is what I took from it. I mean, you could take many things from it, but as I've just finished it, is that we really don't have, there is no you. The you is the story that you tell yourself. And we all have stories that we've lived, and the way we tell that stories to ourselves and our others creates our identity. And so it's beautiful when you can actually sit down, have a conversation, hear the story, and get to know the person, be inspired by their story, be challenged by their story, or be warned by their story.
Yes.
Yes.
All the above.
All the above. And I think I answered back, the book that has had the most impact in my life is the TV Guide. I am not a book reader, and I know that that's a bad thing because you can get so much education
When I was
from
a
books.
kid, man, I loved when the TV Guide arrived at home. I was like, I flipped through
TV Guide.
I always joke around and say when I read a book, I read the foreword or whatever, and I read about it, and I think, oh, I can't wait for this movie to come out. This is going to be great. And I put the book back on the shelf. I am just not a book reader, but I'm not discouraging anyone to not read books because you can learn so much. Most of the billionaires in this world are billionaires because of books they read. But I let Jeff read the book and then tell me
And then I say, eat my dust. I'm a
Yeah.
billionaire.
yeah, right? So anyway,
I think I need a little more.
And I got you.
My ice has melted. I'm an ice person, so.
There you go. Say when.
Yeah.
There you
yeah,
go.
this
All
is
right.
very good. So there are.
I love this.
So
There's a few of us
talk-
here, and we've drank half a bottle.
Let's talk about this. So this is this is Georgia Heartwood single barrel cast strength. It's their Fiddler. It's ASW's one of their flagship bourbons. It is incredible. Cool thing about it is that I don't know if you guys are baseball fans.
Yes.
But so
Go Braves.
Atlanta Braves, go Braves. You know what?
And Rays.
I support all Atlanta teams except the Falcons because everybody knows I'm a Buccaneer fan. I cannot support the Falcons.
Only because they're in the same division.
Only
I think
because
that
yeah.
if they weren't in the same division, I could be a little bit more of a Falcon fan.
Maybe.
Because I'm a
Maybe.
Braves fan and I'm a Rays fan, but they're in separate conferences.
That's right. They're not competing
so I can
directly.
root for both of them
I can
openly
understand.
and
I
all year
respect
long.
that.
Yeah.
I respect that. So the cool thing about this is 57.9% alcohol, which basically makes this 114 proof. So this is
That's answering that answered a lot right now.
This
So.
gets you. So
so you really wanted a good interview.
yeah, I want a good interview. So, cool thing about the Braves and ASW is that they actually have a special collaboration coming out in a couple of weeks, where it's the Braves and ASW getting together to make a special Georgia Heartwood version of Fiddler Georgia Heartwood.
I'm on it.
It's going to be
we're on
awesome. So,
And actually,
I cannot wait.
When it
to have
comes out, it will be available here.
Yes.
Thank you for introducing this to us. We have the duality, which duality.
I love duality as well.
Oh, yes. And I didn't know about this. And unfortunately, I've already placed my order for this week. So whenever this comes out, it'll probably be there because it will be on my order.
Gotta
next
get it because
week.
this is a perfect sipper. That's what
my gosh,
when I
it's
talked to the guys at
amazing.
ASW, they all said this is what you want to sip on. Is this Georgia
It's
Heartwood?
so smooth.
So smooth. So, what's the biggest challenge you guys are facing being business owners in this? I mean,
Rory's
you,
spending too much money.
is that it? Okay.
Well,
Rory, man, come on, dude.
I found something I was good at.
What's your guilty pleasure? What are you buying all the time? What the hell are you spending money on?
Decor.
Decor.
Oh, you're buying more stuff. Okay.
Humidor.
Never stops
yeah.
changing things.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
buying stuff for the lounge
Yeah,
at
he
least.
is.
Okay.
I'm actually making, he doesn't spend too much money. But it is funny how much, like, I just got this. I think this would look good here. And then something else comes down. And so things change. And I think that's good because it kind of keeps the place vibrant and alive. And because people, you can always tell when someone's here for the first time. They walk in the front door and they do this.
They just start looking around. That's what I did.
Yeah,
My eyes just were all over the place. Yeah.
But really, the biggest challenge.
The eight words he hates to hear is "it was on sale, so I bought it."
Yes. Here's the receipt.
It was on sale, so I bought it. But I'll tell a funny story
You have
too.
to tell them no sometimes.
One time.
No, he doesn't understand now.
Oh, okay.
One time I came in and I had a case of ladies' tampons. It was 90%
Oh, this is me
off.
testifying.
Okay, it was 90% off. Now, how do you not buy that? 90% off.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused right now.
Okay,
Bro.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
we donated
So
it.
was I.
We did donate it to a women's shelter.
Okay, all right.
So,
But I could not walk past that and not buy a case because 90% off. I mean, how do you not buy that?
you might have a problem.
So I do have a problem.
You might have a problem.
It was on sale, so I bought it.
So I bought it, but we did donate it. And actually, when I bought it with the intent of being able to do that. But, you know, it was just such a great sound.
And it was a great... Actually, I think he liked seeing my reaction when he brought it in. I'm like,
it's like,
he's just doing
really?
it just to mess with you.
We can't put these in the bathroom.
He's trying to F with your head is what he's trying to do.
No, but back to his... What would you say the biggest challenge here?
In my mind, we don't have enough humidor space because we're very small. We're very small. We have 6 tables.
And there's an art
12 people at the bar.
Humidor, right? You just can't throw cigars in there.
So do you mean challenge now or challenge getting to this point?
Now, or either one, but let's say now.
Now, I'd say not enough humidor space. We want to add another humidor, and we'll do that. We have cabinet humidors right now. We have 3 of them, and you know, when we first got them, I'm like, I'll never fill these up. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to make space. I would say personally, to me, that's our biggest challenge right now.
To have
and Rory spending money.
And me spending money.
Well, and actually,
which I'm about to buy another humidor. So
we're looking at
watch for that.
We're looking at how to rearrange the space for another humidor.
Okay. About to go HGTV on the place, right?
Always. And I'm there for that. But
thank you, ASW.
Oh God, we're gonna cut this interview off shortly. I would say, in my mind, another challenge that we have is exposure. There's really advertising a cigar lounge is not. You don't do radio. You don't do that. You wouldn't get your bang for your buck. You know, one of my previous lives before I ended up in the finance world was I was the director of marketing for
so you know how to market,
and
you understand.
I know about return on investment when it comes to placing advertisement. Now, the one advertisement that we both agreed on was the campground, because campers smoke cigars typically.
Oh wow!
And we've gotten a lot of bang for our buck out of that advertisement.
Yeah, we did.
And for the most part, we rely on word of mouth, which is the best form of advertising, but also the slowest.
It's going to get you your most loyal followers.
Yes,
right?
And so we're in that process of building momentum up. I don't know if it's a challenge as much as it is just a patience thing.
And you've already had success, right? So you're just building on that success.
We're building on that.
Okay.
So, it was just when we rebranded in 2021 as a complete cigar place, and that change, getting that word out, you know. So.
And I would say marketing too. I mean, like what you're doing right now. This is amazing marketing for us.
Yes, so thank you
but
so much.
I want to go.
This is fun. This is not even work. This is hanging out.
But I want to go a step further. And if you're not already subscribed, do subscribe. And not only subscribe, but go
look at the camera to say that. When you want to, there you go.
Subscribe and like it and hit the little
nice.
bell.
He's
because
young.
No, because you know, Reggie StickMan has put so many amazing, and I watch him all the time.
Thank you.
You know, I'm an adult learner. I continue to learn.
You're an adult?
Well, I'm a learner. But you know, the thing is that, you know, this industry, there's no way any one person, I don't think, can know everything about cigars.
Oh, no.
Everything about whiskeys or bourbons.
I'm not even going to try.
It is such a...
No, but it's fun learning.
It's fun learning, and every day it changes. And Reggie's right on top of that. And if you want to know more about cigars, you want to know more about whiskey, you need to not only follow his channel, but you need to go look at every video that he's put out, because I watch his channel. It's kind of like my Cigar and Whiskey University.
There you go.
And so I learn more and more and more. I expect a degree by the time I'm done watching all your videos. But he's got so many videos out there.
Let me think about that.
That's an idea.
That's it. Yeah.
So but I can
chat degree.
Yeah, I can tell you that. You know, if you want an education, you want to learn more, and you want to. And he delivers it in such a manner that it's such a casual conversation. It's not like some professor up there as a talking head cramming stuff down your throat. It's conversation with people who are manufacturing these whiskeys and bourbons, and people who are manufacturing the cigars, people who are just smoking the cigars, and people who are selling the cigars. So you'll learn so much from every angle that...
What's your cash app, Rory? Get your cash out real quick.
I would add to that. I would say that he follows a lot of different. You're not the only channel he follows, so don't get a big head. Okay.
Damn.
But
you could have let me think I was the only one.
But as far as my side of it is, you're one of my favorites. You
Appreciate that.
truly are. You're one of my. And so when Rory told us, typically Monday is the day that I'd never step foot in this place, and I kind of just sit on my back porch, smoke a stick, and do spreadsheets. But
Play with pivot tables.
play with pivot tables. But when he told us that we were doing this today, or he told me that we were doing this today, I was very excited because you are one of my favorite people.
I appreciate that,
So-
man. Thank you. And you actually, this is a great segue because I was going to ask, I always like to ask cigar lounge owners, because when I think about this lifestyle and what we do, because this is a lifestyle, right? When you own a cigar lounge, you're in a lounge quite often. What do you do to de-stress? Do you get away from the lounge?
This.
Do you just smoke another
This is
cigar?
the de-stressor right here. How can you stress when you're sitting there smoking a cigar and
I can't
enjoying
argue
with
that
other
point.
people smoking? And
I say
it's
this all
amazing.
the time, and I think I said it earlier, but I'll say it again because it bears repeating. Cigars saved my life, and they really did, because I was a high stress. When I was the vice president of finance for a company who shall not ever be mentioned.
global company.
Oh, wow.
No, and they're not bad now, but I'm still not going to say the name. But I was working 16 to 18-hour days sometimes. I would be I would be working, and my boss in Switzerland, the CFO of the globe, would be logging on in Switzerland going, "Why are you still working?" "Because you give me so much to do." But even after leaving that, because I wanted to slow down my life, I was in this pattern. And even running this place, there would be times where Rory would be like, "Can you walk slower?" I would be so intense. And then when we shut down and I started smoking a stick and learning how to enjoy
And
the
relax.
moment.
Because this is not a speed sport. This is
No.
You've
It's
got to
slow and
live
steady.
in
Relax.
the moment.
Yes.
And so I think removing that level of self-imposed stress from my life by sitting down and living in the moment saved my life. I think it lengthened my life.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. That's
So,
beautiful. What advice would you guys give to somebody else that'll say, I want to start a cigar lounge?
Oh, I would say do it. Just
Yeah,
don't do it down the
definitely.
street
There's a
from
lot in
us.
Atlanta,
just
right?
don't do it down the
Don't
street.
do it down the street from us.
Don't do it in Stone Mountain Village.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But no, I would say definitely do it because, but you know what? If you do it right. Don't just open a building that has a humidor and some chairs and stuff. You need to do it right because it's not just about the stick. It's about the environment. It's about the camaraderie. When people come into your place and buy a stick from you and sit down to smoke it, have conversation, introduce them to your other customers, and that it's about the experience.
Create
A
an
cigar is about
experience.
experience. It's not about just smoking a stick or drinking a bourbon or something. But I would say that if you want to do it, I say go for it and do it. But the key is to find, because other cigar owners will support you, but the secret is finding a place that has no other cigar lounge. Because if you don't want to open right down the street from somebody else,
and
because
that's
that
just smart
actually
business.
becomes
You don't
competition.
It's about
And you're
market
sharing,
saturation gets
and
to be.
you're sharing, and you're sharing the people. Now you're also competing to have the best prices and stuff and that's not what it's about. People will pay the price when they're in an area. So find an area that does not have a cigar lounge, and you will be surprised. You may think, oh well, maybe there's no cigar lounge here because people around here don't smoke cigars. A lot of people smoke cigars all over the place.
That's right.
We were surprised when we went to a cigar lounge. There's Southland. It's just south of here.
Sorry.
Well, it's called Southland, and it's south of here.
Southland for a
Happens to be
reason.
south of here.
Yeah.
So, but the point is that I'm amazed how many people come in here and live in Southland. There's so many
How
cigar
long of a
smokers.
drive is that?
5 minutes.
Oh, it's 5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes, and we
And they
get
have
so
their
many
own
people.
golf course.
And that's
It's a-
another thing.
it's a
I played
community
that
If
golf
you
course
can,
before. That's right.
if you can open up near a golf course, if there is no cigar lounge near a golf course, and you can open up near a golf course, I am telling you, golfers love their cigars. I will give this one hint though, and that is if you do open a cigar lounge, start fairly small with your humidors. but you need to carry a wide selection. So find a wholesaler that's out there that sells multiple cigars. If you try to contact when you're first opening, the major suppliers, they're going to have a minimum. And if you have one humidor cabinet, they're going to fill your whole. It's going to be one company, Rocky or Perdomo or whatever, because they have a minimum purchase. If you find a wholesaler, you can buy one box at a time. And so, if you're opening a lounge for the first time, find a wholesaler. And I can tell you that the prices are not usually that much more, but you're able to buy one box at a time.
Okay.
And so have a good variety. You're going to want to have a separate small humidor, and you can get a little small humidor for your flavor
like a
cigars.
Yeah, for flavor. Keep your flavor.
You don't have to go crazy.
Keep flavors separate. Do not ever put
because they will infuse over time.
They will certainly.
Yeah, they will corrupt it.
Especially an Acid Blonde Blue. Very popular cigar, but what it smells like to me is, I used to drive to church with my grandmother, my mother, and my two sisters, and they all had different perfumes on. In that car, that's what an Acid Blonde Blue smells like to me, but that will contaminate everything in your humidor.
And this is about knowing your craft, too. I tell people all the time in business, whatever business you go into, take the time to learn what you're starting, right? Learn about the science behind what you're doing.
Yeah. And that would be my advice. One of the pieces of advice, I have financial advice, but we'll go there later, is visit other cigar lounges. Go around and get ideas of, I would do this, I would do this differently, or how, and just watch the flow of the crowd, and just, I think the best way to open any business, whether it's a cigar lounge, a restaurant, or whatever, is to study people. Because most of and this was a seminar that Rory went to that he told me about, and I'm going to steal it from you. He went to a seminar once that was how do you deal with difficult people? How to deal with difficult people. And the instructor got up and he said, how many of you are here to see how to deal with difficult people? And everyone raises their hand and everything. Oh, you're in the wrong place. You need to cross out the word difficult and write different. See, because people become difficult when their needs aren't being met. So if you become a people person and learn how to read what they need, everything else falls into place.
That's beautiful advice right there.
And people needed
not difficult,
a place,
but different.
Exactly.
That's
everyone's story is different.
Play to their strengths, and it's we have people tell us all the time, you have such a diverse crowd here, and you've been here. We have a very diverse crowd
all over. Yeah, which
and
is
I
great.
I know what they were talking about. But I agree with them. I say you're absolutely correct. We have cigar smokers, non-cigar smokers, and future cigar smokers. And when you walk through our front door, that is all you are. And so, it's and
you have a script, right? You have a way to get what to do with each one of those personas that you're catering to.
Yep, yeah, exactly. And so you let people tell you who they are, what they like, what they want. And you don't have to try to steer them in what you like. We at one point we have 24 beer taps here. So when we were buying beer, I personally do not like IPA. I do not like it. It's bitter. I don't like it. But I understand that's the number one selling beer right now.
I'm just not a beer guy.
So
rarely do I do one.
Okay, when we would have our members out here, what I would do is the sales reps would come here and they would bring us sample cans of beer. You need to put this on kegs in your thing. So I would just put them in. I tell them I don't do IPA. I put it in the reach-in cooler. When our members came in, I'd pour them all some and let them taste them. Should we carry this? Because they're IPA drinkers, and they only get about maybe that much, but they taste it and they'd say, yeah, this is good, or I wouldn't carry this. So I would let the experts on IPA decide what to carry, and the same thing with cigars. If you're going to open a cigar lounge, contact a wholesaler and say, I only have one humidor that holds this many boxes. I need you to suggest which ones we should carry. And let them, they're experts. They understand. They know and they're going to sell you stuff they wouldn't smoke, but they know it sells because they're selling it.
Yep.
So they're going to give you a variety. But again, if you get a flavor cigar, do not put it in your main humidor. Get a separate small humidor for the flavor cigars.
We sell a lot of acid blonde. I wouldn't smoke one, but I know that there's a market for that and people enjoy it. I'm not.
Unless you have one of these big giant walk-in humidors, it probably doesn't infuse that.
That may not infuse it as much.
But if you got the small cabinet-based humidors, you don't want to. That's great advice. That's great advice.
And we looked at building out a walk-in humidor, and we still talked about it. But I'll be honest, I love the cabinets because when you're starting off. Now, we may have gotten so big that we might have to build a walk-in.
You're not a hidden gem anymore. People know about you.
No, we're not a hidden gem anymore. And, As a matter of fact, we would have
other chill vibe I was going for.
We would have other bar or lounge owners come in here, cigar lounge owners come in here, and they'd say, "We're not going to tell anybody about you." And I'm like, "Why?" Because this is our place.
This is our
sanctuary.
We're
coming here to kick back and relax and be.
Hey, I am a businessman. I'm trying to make money.
So I'm like, how long can we be open if you don't tell people about it?
Yeah.
But I will tell you that we have people come in all the time and say, Smoke in Phoenix, Life and Times, they sent us here.
What I say is, okay, don't tell anybody, but spend like you did.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
You want to keep it private? Make it.
And pretty soon,
I'm the money guy.
You're going to have some Georgia Heartwood on the bar.
Definitely.
You already have Duality.
Oh, yeah,
which is,
Georgia Heartwood.
You've seen that on our podcast before.
Oh, yeah, and if you're a vodka drinker, I will highly recommend the ASW Bustle Tank.
And I haven't had it yet. I'll have to get with those guys and get me a bottle.
Well, before you leave here, I'll give you a taste of it.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
It's a very unique vodka.
All right,
I really like it.
I have to check it out.
And I interrupted him when he was going to say other cigar lounge owners have sent people here now.
Now they send people here, and
that's beautiful.
Yeah, and so
you don't see that.
You hear that all the time. Oh, so and so sent us here, and and that's amazing. And I love the leaf life. I mean, it is so amazing. And if you're a cigar smoker, you enjoy cigar and stuff. Now, one thing, when you do open your own cigar lounge, you are going to smoke a lot of your profits. And we do. But I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Let me tell you guys something. I have that same problem. I smoke a lot of my profits too.
See, and there's people behind the camera that know Rory, and they were all laughing when he said we. I just want you to know that.
Okay, so... But, and here's another thing, too, actually, I'll put out there about cigars. Don't buy a cigar because of the label.
True.
Now,
True.
Okay, don't buy a whiskey.
Or the price.
Or a whiskey or a bourbon.
Don't let price fool you.
Price does not
and price, too.
it.
Don't buy a whiskey or bourbon because of the label or the bottle. Because there are some amazing bourbons and whiskeys that come in such a generic, plain-looking wrapper and bottle that you would think, oh, this must be rot gut, but it's amazing. And same thing with cigars. And I can I give a plug to one of our cigar people? Okay.
Go for it.
Frank came in here, and he's the owner of Carver Cigars, and he handed me the cigar, and the wrapper looks like he made it on his jet printer at home. It was the ugliest wrapper, and I thought to myself,
did you tell him that?
Oh,
yeah. You just told him now. You didn't tell him.
No,
I told him that at night.
Oh, he's told this story several times, just so you know.
But I looked at it, and he said, here, smoke this. It's my cigar. And I'm like, what? It's like, I'll do this
after I finish.
This is going to be horrible. But I lit it up, and it's an amazing cigar. I mean, I loved this cigar. And
so
I thought, don't ever book. Well, he has since... He texted me right away. I'm going to Miami to get new labels. I'm like, yeah, go. So, but don't book a judge. No, don't judge a book by its cover.
This goes over here.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover because sometimes you'll see, and some people will go in and they'll buy a cigar that's got this fancy wrapper. Just because of the wrapper. And these are mostly newer people, obviously.
When I first started over 20 years, that's what I did.
You look for the fanciest wrapper. This has got to be a good cigar.
That's right, yeah.
And so, don't, and our house sticks don't even have a wrapper. So, but don't judge a book by its cover because some whiskeys, bourbons, cigars can have such a generic, cheap-looking label, and you think, that can't be good. And it's actually amazing. So
I have a question for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So should we go to the expense of creating a wrapper for this?
I would say
yes, if you're planning to mass distribute it one day. Like if you're thinking that, like now you're telling me that people come in and they want this by the box, you may want it. But if you want it to be an exclusive thing that drives customers to the lounge, then you might want to leave that alone.
That if somebody wanted it, they could contact Robert and have him ship them.
Ship it, but we have our Stone Mountain Public House label on it.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
I would say
Robert,
yes.
if you're watching, I'll be calling you.
Yeah. So
we're going to call you anyway.
Yeah, we'll call you anyway.
We'll definitely call you about that.
The last thing I want to ask you guys, if Stone Mountain Public House, if you want people to remember you for one thing, what would it be? Each one of you. Experience?
Your experience here.
Similar community. And actually, it's not just here. It's just I've always wanted my life to be something that when I died, my legacy, which would be short-lived, because most people after 10 years you're forgotten. It's true.
You just depressed the hell out of me.
Wait. Unless there's a Stone Mountain Public House cigar that's selling 20 years from now.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
it's got your picture on the label.
But the whole point of it is that I would like to be known for someone who brought people together, created community. And this is a...
No, I was going to say a good example.
I got emotional. To me, this is a fulfillment of that.
It is, absolutely. Matter of fact, we just had a couple here at the bar
Oh, yeah.
who 4 years ago came in here. And he told Jeff their song. And Jeff sang their song. And while Jeff was singing their song, while the piano player was playing...
This man can sing, by the way, for those who haven't heard
he can sing.
He can sing.
So while he's singing their song and the piano player's playing it, he got down on one knee and proposed to her.
Wow.
And they got married.
Here.
And they got married.
Several proposals.
But they came back 4 years to that date. They got married like the next year. They came back 4 years from that date to come and have drinks at the bar, and they were here all night.
Wow.
And they're not cigar smokers, but he smoked a cigar. First cigar.
Celebratory cigar.
Yes,
right?
Yeah,
celebratory cigar.
And we have we have one guest, and I'll say her name because I think she wouldn't mind, Sarita.
I love Sarita.
Y'all said that was right on time.
She was not a cigar smoker, and yet in support of us because of the relationship we have, she became a VIP member.
Wow.
And now she
Which is not cheap.
No, it's not.
But worth it. Well, worth it.
She smokes an occasional cigar. She comes to the pairings because we do the the first Wednesday of the month we do a cigar pairing
for the members.
She doesn't always come to the cocktail, but
no.
This was actually before we were a cigar place, but it still fits the vibe of what we've been growing into. Do you remember when Prince died? She was so
big Prince fan. I was
deeply.
I was hurt.
Affected.
Yeah, I was hurt.
And she said, "I couldn't go home. I needed to go someplace safe, and I came to be with you and Rory." Wow. And I was like,
"Say no more."
Now I'll tell you my favorite Sarita story. She has this bulldog that is the most
it's a mix. He's a mix. A pit bull mix.
Pit bull mix. Okay. A pit bull mix, yeah. So, but he's the most friendly, loving dog. And when we were a coffee house around the corner, she started coming. Well, then she started coming here, and she'll come back here, and her dog will sit back here with her. And ironically, he kind of has become our mascot. His name is Smoke. Is that not perfect?
That's perfect.
Yeah. So
shout out to Sarita.
Sarita and Smoke.
Yeah.
Sarita and Smoke.
Sarita and Smoke.
Hey, okay. As per tradition, on the Puff Sip Chat podcast,
we have to finish the bottle.
Well, we may do that anyway. But we have a tradition where you have to rank this 1 to 5 cigars, 5 being the best.
Oh, that?
And
that's
1 being the best.
5.
That's an easy
5.
Easy 5.
I'm gonna go
5.
6.
Oh,
I'm breaking the scale because
way to upstage us.
No, I know, right? This is check out Fiddler's ASW's Fiddler Georgia Heartwood. In the next couple of weeks, they are coming out with a collaboration to commemorate the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series last year. It's actually going to be finishing with Maplewood bats. I don't know how that works. And they're going to call it Fiddler Chin Music.
Okay.
Fiddler Chin Music. So check them out. It will be cool. It will hit the stores in late June.
is what they're telling us. Late June.
Okay.
So late
Or
June,
check it out at the Stone Mountain.
Or check it out at Stone Mountain Public House.
We'll have
They're
it.
going to get
I
it.
was
too.
talking, I couldn't get it out.
I know. So, okay. So one more quick thing.
Yeah.
I found
This
out.
is his interview, you know. He's in charge.
Yes. But we finally got him. We've been waiting a year for him to get here.
Because it took me so long to come out, I'm going to give him that one. I'm going to give him that.
All right. So
It'll be cut anyway.
I found out. Yeah, it will be. I'm sure it will be. But I found out. Cut.
Miles, you know what to do.
Miles, I'm gonna find out where you live. Okay. So no, but I actually found out why so many cigar smokers have a beard and mustache. Because when you're smoking a good stick, like our house stick,
I thought it was because you look weird because you have no hair. You got to have facial hair.
No. So
think I've ever
it's because when you're smoking a cigar, you keep smoking it till you smell hair burning,
Oh, you do not.
and then you know you smoked it too far.
Okay,
Time to put it out, which is much better than smelling flesh burning.
I have not had that problem yet, but I will beware now.
Yeah, I've had that problem. I've used a nubber and got. I'm like, I smell hair burning.
Well, that's a really good stick. You don't want it to end.
want it to end. You don't.
Okay.
Oh, man. Well,
Enough silliness, right?
guys, this has been incredible and long
Yes,
overdue.
it has.
Hopefully you have me back one day because
You're always
I'm a
welcome.
friend
You're
of,
always
I want to be a
welcome
friend
here.
of the family. So
You're already family,
And
and you're welcome here anytime.
You're welcome here without your cameras too.
I will
Yes.
take you up on that because I like to slip in and just chill in the lounge too. You know, not
Oh,
be
so I can't announce
fussy.
that you're in the house and tell all the women that all your screaming fans.
There's some people that might have a problem with that. But,
right?
yeah, I might get in trouble. Don't get
I
me in
meant
trouble.
screaming fans, not anything like
Oh,
that.
okay, there you go. I like
screaming
that.
fans.
I like that. Screaming fans. So, hey, guys, Jeff Carey, Rory Webb, the co-owners of the Stone Mountain Public House. I'm Reggie Kimble, a.k.a. Stickman number 1. You have just listened and watched the Puff Sip Chat. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment, let us know what you think. And please, 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 when you are in the metro Atlanta area and you find yourself near historic Stone Mountain Village, and you're a cigar lover, or you like good food, you just like a good drink and good conversation, these guys got you covered. So, guys, thank you again.
Thank you.
And check us out at puffsipchat.com. Get your swag, get your cigar subscription service. We might have to get you guys in our subscription box. I'll talk to you that off the camera. We can make that happen. Check us out on your favorite streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. I'm here. I'm Reggie Kimble. I'm Stickman number 1. Stone Mountain Public House, y'all. Peace.
Where's my free t-shirt?
Okay, and so
Hey, this is Stickman number 1. Thanks for listening to the Puff Sip Chat podcast. If you want to hear more great episodes just like this one, please hit one of those donation links below. We could really use your support. Also, please visit us at puffsipchat.com for some cool Puff Sip Chat swag. Until next time, Puff Sip Chat repeat, baby. I'm out.